Alrighty. So we have our players ready to go deep within the darkness of our of the world, kind of below our city that they've decided to take refuge in. Seemingly, an incident coinciding with Eliana placing a cursed crown upon her head. The 7 jewels gems as commanded a shadow-like being and suddenly felt this tremor beneath the city. Having rescued and stabilized a tower, they have jumped below without any investigation or information to see what is the matter, as they found a hulking beast, as well as some other creatures here, and that looks a mixture between spiders and bats. And after striking a devastating blow, we pick back up. What would you all like to do?
We are
I'll let you go first, Garen.
We're still in combat, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
We still have the 8-foot
You have
guy
the
and a bunch
spotlight.
of the other guys.
All right, I am going to. Let's see. Garen is going to spend a hope. We got the 8-foot guy left.
Yeah, and a bunch of the lesser creatures still eating bodies.
All right, Garen is going to unfurl his wings, kind of fly up, and try to stay out of melee range for the 8-foot tall guy and the rest of them. And he's going to shoot off a bolt at that creature to kind of light him up and see if we could make it a little easier to hit. So we'll do that. 10, 13 with hope.
Nice. All right, so 13, this is the main one here.
Yeah.
All right, seeing this, they raise one of their large arms and bat your spell away.
Bastard.
How many of the other thingies are around? I know there was the super tall one. Was it 10 foot, and then the 8-foot, and then I don't have a number on how many the rest there.
Yeah, so you're right on those two, and then there was some of like the tiny ones, or they're all medium size, like they're all like 5 foot, so tiny, shorter 4 or 5 foot ones, like hordes of them that were around, as well as another one that's more like on the ceiling.
Oh. Okay.
On the ceiling?
Yep. But I have a spotlight because that was a fail. So, as
okay, yeah,
it's a large one. So I think now, Garen, you were up on it if I remember, because you and Grim kind of went into there. So we'll do this. So it will leap and glide towards Grim and open its large jaw that seems dripping with venom. For 9.
To me?
Yep.
That is minor, so I'll take that hit point. I'll let it.
9 to hit against your
9 to
evasion.
hit. Yeah, that hits. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hits.
Don't help him out.
9 did hit.
All right, so it goes against your
9 hits.
Yeah,
What's
that's
your
why I tried to.
evasion?
9.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's why I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to kind of get away from being in range of things.
Yeah.
So that's.
Okay, so coming down, that is 22 physical damage.
Jeez Louise. I will take an armor slot to move that down one and then take 2 hit points.
All right. You feel that it could go through your bloodstream. I need a strength reaction.
Again with this poison. 17. Hold on. 20.
20. You resist. It's unable to get through. As we're going to go from above here. The one on the ceiling spreads out with, you can see like webs going between some of their legs, create like wings as it begins to fly around. And fires what seems to, like, almost like it detaches one of its fangs and fires it directly at Eliana. Make that attack here. For 8.
That is a miss.
How does she get out of the way?
She sees this monstrosity from the ceiling and starts running to the left as it shoots right.
Nice. I love it. With that, I will
Holy shit!
I will pass that spotlight.
Go do
All
it.
right. I guess I'm going to shoot back at that thing. I'm going to use this Chaos Bolt. It's 15 with hope.
All right, she's shooting back to the thing in the ceiling that was flying
Yes.
around.
Yeah,
All
the
right,
one that just shot at
15
her.
Just hits.
All right, so it's 1d10. And I'm going to use a stress here to double my damage die. 2d10. Yep, okay. For 17 points of magical damage.
All right, that is severe. All right, as you hit it, it seems to be gravely injured. That's about screams ichor from its body spreading everywhere.
Rouse.
And that was
And then-
right?
Yeah. And then I'm gonna keep moving. I'm trying to get to a place where I can kind of. I still have the silent beat, although they can hear me. I want to try and get maybe get a better advantage, either to shoot or whatever. Because I was kind of in the back of everything. Those guys were closer, so I'm kind of. Is the room kind of round? I want to kind of round and keep moving.
Yeah, it's more
but-
roundish, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep moving towards, say, like a back end and just keep moving that way, keep them on their toes.
Oh, very nice. Good. Then I guess Garen.
All right, so Garen, so I'm flying now, but I want to try to stay out of range of these big, the big monsters, and I want to try to fly through the little horde of smaller creatures with my battle axe and kind of do a sweeping attack on them as I kind of dive bomb them.
Nice. Like that, going down to the cluster.
That is a crit.
Nice.
11s.
Nice.
Sweet. My second crit of the campaign. All right. 2d10. Where's my other 10? Not prepared because I never use this X, but here we go. All right. 2d10 plus 6. That's 16, 22 on the roll. And then what do we add to it?
Your max.
And then that would be 22,
So 42.
42.
Nice. So it was what, 2d10?
Yeah.
Or
2d10 plus 6.
2d10 plus 6. Okay, yep. So 20, 42. Yep, 42. Very nice. All right, so that will that is 8 of them are decimated by this. As they scream, soundly bouncing off the walls and echoing within the cave. That was a crit, so you also have spotlight.
Don't forget to get your hope and your stress out of that too.
Yeah. Show.
Oh, what happens? I get a hope?
Yep, you get a
Extra.
hope, and you delete a stress.
Awesome. Cool deed. All right, yeah. Go, Ellie.
I'm gonna take another shot at the one that was attacking me. Hopefully I can get rid of it this time. Oh. I also critted double sevens.
Wow.
So that was
Josh's spirits.
10. Spend another stress to max out my die.
Sorry.
Bless you. My goodness. Alright, so does the adding the stress to maxing out the die, does that count in the crit?
I mean, yeah, you
Okay.
can still do that so you can get max on your.
Okay, so I'm starting with a base of 20 and 14, so 34 magical damage.
For magical damage. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
So she takes her first shot, gets a good zap on it, and decides, I'm gonna kind of scurry around and hit it from the other side. So as she's running, she's like, all right, I can kind of get its belly, and fires off her burst of magical energy. It shoots up and kind of basically eviscerates it. Guts everywhere. Yay!
Nice.
And a hope and a stress. Hey, I got my stress back that I used.
Very good. And as you all will maintain the spotlight.
All right, I'm going to try to do... So, Garen, dives down in, swoops his axe, takes out a bunch of those, kind of does a little, almost like a flip in the air, and circles right back down to try to take out the rest of them. That is a 17 with hope.
That's going to hit.
And we will do these again. 14, 20 physical damage.
20 physical damage. All right. How do you want to kill it?
Yeah, so he does. So as he comes back down, he does that little twirl in the air. He's just dive bombing straight. And as he hits the rest of the group, it is just like straight across with his axe, almost cleaving them in two, to leave them just kind of falling over.
Very nice.
And then he
All
kind
right.
of skids across the ground, and brings his kind of his wings back in, and to take a glance around the rest of the room to see where he can focus next.
I like it. With that, I want to spend a fear to take that spotlight.
We were
I
doing too
didn't
well.
want to do it
Ellie,
off
we-
of a crit because I feel like that's just like you technically can do it, but I wanted to wait. So
We were doing too well, Ellie.
2 left.
I know, right?
2 major things left as the cluster of the tiny children away, and we will go here. Okay, this one comes. So this is the one that was 8 feet. Kind of climbs and let's see here. Both of you have gone more far away.
On
So, yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. So they come down and do this bat-like leap and glide. I think up to Garen. And so mechanically, these all of these types of creatures, these bat-like spiders, have the ability to get to far range instantly with their stress and such. So that is what is making them particularly difficult for this strategy. But you're doing good. But just revealing mechanics. And that is a 19 to hit on Garen.
Yeah.
17.
Jeez, we
Physical.
there's the armor slot and mark the hit point. Okay. Yeah, so he comes in and Garen tries to at least turn, take the brunt of the damage.
Absolutely. That will
Maybe
mark
try to fends it off with his axe a little bit.
another feel here. So we'll do that actually. Okay. As they take off and glide and leap over to Eliana. And actually, yeah, they're going to do that. And then try to bite down for. That is 17. Gets evasion.
Yes.
Oops.
I need a strength reaction roll.
Yuck. It's my worst one.
Yeah.
Come on, get that. Shit. 11.
11. So that is 9 physical. And you are slowed. So the slowed condition is going to be you must mark a stress every time you make an action roll until you clear this condition with a successful instinct roll.
I like instinct rolls. I can do that. All right, so I am slowed. I took the damage. Okay. I ended up just taking the my rune ward covered 5 points of that, so it put me at 4 for damage. My hit point. I have no more armor slots. So. Here we go. I have 1 hit point left.
All right, y'all have the spotlight.
So it's in close range now, right?
Melee.
That works too. Cinder Grasp.
Let's go.
Big bucks, no whammies. Did you say there's disadvantage on this?
No.
Okay,
You just have to. You just mark a stress.
Oh, okay.
Because you're making a move, you have to mark a stress every time you make an action roll.
Okay.
Which is what the attack is.
All right, so that is a 15 with fear. Mark 2 stress. How many stress do I got left? All right, it's 15 with fear.
15 with fear. As you go out, its front pincer comes down, pinning your arm to the ground, so the fire just goes to the cave.
Oh, that's not good. So we have 3 of these left. The 10-foot, the 8-foot, and the one that was on the ceiling. Is that where we
No,
are?
just 2. 10 and
Just
8.
2. The 10.
Oh, I thought we finished the 10.
And which one is close? So one came and attacked me, one came and attacked Ellie. Is that how?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So I guess the one that is at
All right,
me.
that was with fear, though, and a fail.
Oh, that was with fear.
So-
Sorry.
No
Yeah.
worries. Coming to this, there is fighting and breathing very heavily, realizing that there is like heavy moisture that's beginning to lower your core temperatures, being down here. You can choose, but I need a strength or instinct reaction
I will do strength.
from the environment.
Is that both of us?
Yes.
Okay,
22.
what were my options?
Strength or instinct reaction.
Oh, instinct all day. I crit. Pair of twos.
Oh, nice. And what did Garen get?
22.
22. Very nice. In case you are good to go, and you all can have the spotlight.
All right, so Garen is going to just take and swing his axe, I guess, at the whichever one is attacking me, because you said they both came and got within melee, right?
There's one in melee with you, yes.
Now, is this just above the table mechanically? If I try to swoop away, I guess it doesn't matter because they're going to be able to get right back to me. So, all right. 17 with hope.
It's going to hit.
All right. I'm going to do a 2d10 6. That's... Can I crit on my damage? No, I'm just kidding. 18. 18 physical.
Ooh, that is severe. How do you want to do this?
So the bat thing, as it came down last time and attacked me, I tried to fend it off a little bit with the axe, and we were grasping and grappling, and it did its damage. But now, Garen just powers through and just takes his two hands with his axe and just cleaves it right into its forehead, and then drives it into the ground. Who needs Graham?
Perfect. And was that with hope or fear? Hope, right?
That was with hope.
Very good. You know, spotlight.
All right, finish that one off, Ellie.
Is that the 8-footer or?
Yeah. So you've got just the big one next to you.
Oh, the 10-foot and that's it? We're done?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And what range is it at?
This should be melee with you.
Okay. Well, let's try Cinder Grasp again. I got a 15 last time and I missed. It was 15 this time too. With fear again.
All right, Ellie. Before, hold on a second.
Can I spend a stress and add 2 points to my action roll, or is it too late?
You can't add experience after the roll.
Okay. No, not experience. It's Primal Origin. I can gain +2 bonus to an action roll's result. Manipulate magic.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Your abilities can do that.
Okay. Then I will spend a stress, and it'll be a 17 with fear. Does that hit? Please.
That does hit.
Yay! All right. So, I'm gonna do another stress. All right, but I get to double the damage die, so it's 2d20 plus 3 for 24 plus the 27 points of magical damage. And then if it stays on fire, it's 2d6 for each turn it stays on fire.
Absolutely. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
Oh my god. She's just absolutely in fear of this huge thing that's just bit her. And the first time she reached out, it just like it got batted away. And all right, with determination, she almost like kind of, it goes mama bear. and just kind of leaps up into it, grabs it by its throat, and lights the thing on fire. So its whole head's just and falls down in the hero stance. Why not?
Nice. All right. With that, as it falls, it's between its wings and large legs. It hits the sides of the walls, and rocks begin to fall from the ceiling. Stalactites coming down around and through all of you. I need agility reaction rolls.
I'm gonna die from stalactites. 16.
14.
All right, 16 and 14. You both are able to avoid being directly impaled
That's
as they come by, slashing your arms and the sides of your legs instead, for a total of 9 physical damage.
all right.
I was gonna fall no matter what. All right, so yeah, I can't clear more than 8 points. So that I'm at death move.
Oh,
She makes it through this and survives, but gets killed by a stalactite.
Wait, before, can I have an ability, I got my Seraph Hope, spend 3 hope to clear a hit point on an ally within close range. Is that able to do that before she has to go into these death moves?
I will say, if you can give me 2 stress.
I can.
Oh, can't you do that after I go into the death move? Isn't that classified as a heal or save or anything? Or
But
no?
you'd have to make the death move.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
And that's not a reaction ability. So I'm saying if you give me 2 stress, I'll let it kind of be as a reaction
Yeah,
to prevent the death move.
Yeah, so as we go through there and I see Ellie just take one of these. It's kind of the last blow after this battle, and as she crumples down, fly over as quick as I can, and then lay hands, flare with the glow of my magic, and heal her for 1 hit point, spending 3 hope in the process.
Thank you.
The whole ordeal is just kind of gotten to Garen a little bit. It's just like, this is too much. Too much.
I know, right?
I feel like I've had a chance to breathe since you guys pulled me out of that web.
I know the feeling. I'm gonna take the potion that I made. I gotta find it. Stamina potion. So that we can get something back. Because I have one stress and 1 hit point. No armor.
Matt, I also have this thing called Lean on Me as an ability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's once prolonged rest when you console or inspire an ally who failed an action roll, and you both can clear 2 stress. Does that have to be in the moment, or can it be at any point?
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, I think reasonably. I think it's how you play it. As long as you're, like, that's an RP queue. So
Yeah.
I would say let's call it within 1 scene.
Yeah, so it was just as the thought was, as Ellie, as I bring her back from this brink, and she kind of comes to, and I say, "Woof, we really haven't had a moment since you guys pulled me out of that web," and I say, I noticed that your first attempt to light that guy up really didn't hit. Are you Did that crown have any? You think that crown had any effect? Is that something that we should be concerned about with your magic? If so, then you know just hang close to Grim and I, and we'll do our best to protect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the crown necessarily did anything to me, but I mean, it was just definitely getting healed up from our last excursion, and I wanted to make that potion. I probably should have rested more than I did. It's bad on me.
Well,
I'm not taking care of myself well enough.
I know we don't see eye to eye on the crown, but just know that I do have your best interests at heart, Ellie.
Oh, I know you do, and I'm terrified of that thing as much as everybody else is. But we need to know, what it is we're getting ourselves into, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to experiment with it again, but it was just so powerful. I don't know how well. I don't know what would happen if I don't maintain control. That's really what.
Well, let's see if we can't learn some more about it. Maybe get a little stronger. Try it again.
Right. Okay, so the stamina potion heals 3 stress. And did you say you're healing stress?
Yeah, I cleared 2 of you for you.
Sweet.
So you got a hit
only
point,
have
2
healing
stress
potions.
left.
I now have 6 stress that I can use, which is good, but none of it helps me to heal, which is
No. All right, I think we're gonna get up and kind of take a look around and see if we can assess our environment where we are, and there's a place to go from here, or just do some searching around to see what's down here.
I'm doing all my usual stuff, looking for runes or information, familiar faces and pillars, or not so familiar faces.
Indeed. I think one, as you push around again this large area, seemingly created and made but inhabited by these creatures now, you
were there any survivors? Sorry,
That's a good question.
I don't want to forget the people that they were eating. Did they eat them all?
Yeah, so they all you see many deceased here.
Okay.
Looks like they were captured. There could be more kind of focus through, but you do. What I will say is there are 3 essential things you'll be able to find. More or less, loot here is an infinite bag.
Oh, that's our second one.
Yep. Airblade charm and a bloodstone.
Airblade charm and bloodstone. You have 1 bag, right?
I do. What is the bladed charm?
So the Airblade charm,
Airblade.
you can attach this charm to a weapon with a melee range. 3 times per rest, you can activate the charm and attack a target within close range.
Gotcha. I don't have any.
Sounds like good for your axe, because Grim just beats things up with his fists. I don't have any weapons, so that's definitely a you thing.
All right, I'll add it to my axe.
And the bloodstone is you can attach this stone to a weapon that doesn't already have a feature. The weapon gains the following feature: brutal. When you roll the maximum value on a damage die, roll an additional damage die.
Does that keep exploding? As long as you keep rolling max?
No, I do not think so.
I'd ask. Well, again, I think that goes to you.
Bloodstone?
Yeah, if you got another weapon, I mean, I don't use.
I don't.
Melee
I just
weapon.
have the axe.
We'd
That's
have
all
to
I
check
have.
with Grim maybe down the line if he's
Yeah.
got something, but it seems like he's just punching everything. So
Maybe we just hold it. Maybe we can sell it down the road or trade it.
yeah,
Okay.
and if I can hold on to the bag,
Yeah, you can hold on the bag.
I can put all my papers and pieces and collections of, it belongs in a museum.
All right, I put the bloodstone in the bag so that we have it for later. And I don't know if we can attach these to Grimm's fists.
Do you wear a
Have him just-
gauntlet? Does that
Have him just hold him in his hand. Would that work? If he just held it like
Yeah, we'll
almost
make a
like-
bracelet out of it,
brass knuckles.
right?
All right, those things are accounted for.
Perfect.
So for stuff like that, is there an attunement time? Like if you're to slap it on his axe, does that work immediately, or do we have?
Yeah,
to wait
you
for
just
it?
attach it right on there.
Nice.
I think I would say like describe how you attach it. What's it look like?
So I'm just going to take a piece of these leather straps that I generally have to use to repair my the bracers on my armor, and I'll just wrap it around the part of the axe right beneath almost where the axe head is, and just kind of wrap it around and tighten it up. Maybe take the torch to it a little bit so that it kind of solidifies it so it doesn't have a chance of kind of falling off. So I kind of fuse the knot.
Indeed.
And then as we start to
Sorry, in addition, 1 bag of gold.
oh
Cool.
treasurer.
I'll add that to the one bag. All right.
We'll have the treasurer note that in her book.
Yeah, we have 4 bags total.
Nice.
And now that I have an infinite bag, it makes carrying 4 bags of gold so much easier.
Yes.
How big is this place underneath here? I mean, is there a lot of dungeon delving to be had? Because Elian is looking concerned.
Yeah, I think I guess you're trying to understand exactly what this place is. This is you can see there's it is getting colder here. The cave there's cracks various places, and there is the darkness deep down seems to be getting almost thicker. The light sources you have look like they almost like can't penetrate as far as they normally would, or you'd expect them to. So light sources can only reach close range currently.
More darkness.
I mean, should should we try and figure our way back up? I mean, we're hundreds of feet below ground and figure out what all of this is. I mean, somebody in the village has got to know before we just blindly start walking around down here.
I mean, I could fly you up. That wouldn't be an issue. I couldn't fly Grim up, but I could fly you up. But then, we would be leaving Grim down here by himself in the dark.
Well, he's got his grippy hands. We can
Where-
justify the story by grippy hands.
Do we see? Sorry if I missed this. Do we see tunnels going off?
It starts going off. There's still like the main hallway if you wanted to get to like kind of the major place of this.
I don't know if we waste time going back up. I mean, we jumped down the hole quickly, so I mean, we continue to explore a little bit.
I would say they're way up. You think even flying is likely going to be very rough. You like Grim took y'all a long way down.
Right. We're hundreds of feet down as I remember, but I'm still pretty weak, and I don't know if I can. If we run into more nastiness, I don't know if I can make it.
Yeah, and I would say probably game wise, I like to kind of put this out. We're talking about kind of two scenarios here. One where you kind of push forward and see in this very heroic moment if you can do something immense, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of, you got your first option there. Your second one that I think Eliana is leaning towards by default is, hey, we go up and this kind of becomes more of a established thing, and you might come down here and have to really and be a more concerted effort. Well, kind of similar to like the if we kind of take a moment like back to like the tower where you kind of went up many levels.
Right. No, I went there. I thought we couldn't get up. If we can get up, I would say 100%. Let's go up.
Yeah. I mean, either way, there's going to be. What I'm saying, rough meaning like there's an encounter.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an encounter. Either way. What I'm just trying to say is there's two that's like the two like experiences of what this is going to be. So leaving kind of like narratively wise transforms it into, we come back, there's going to be a longer like thing to explore, which is totally cool. I like to like put those options so we know that we're making choices.
That's kind of what she's saying. There's obviously different levels to this place. Somebody's got to know, and I'm saying that is kind of hinting to what that priestess had told you, Garen,
about it
when she mumbled about we weren't supposed to let it out or something like that.
Right.
I still haven't heard that. I still don't know this information. So we came down here and ran into absolute creatures from
chaos,
the netherworld. I don't know if there's a hell or heaven kind of thing.
We are in hell, I think.
Very demonic type creatures, and I don't know how Grim's doing, and stats wise, I'm looking at Garen going, all right, you look kind of beat up too, buddy. It's kind of going through her head. She looks absolutely just
destroyed,
fucked up.
I say let's try to make our way up.
I think if we approach this a level at a time, I agree with you. We need to investigate this place and figure out what's going on, because now with this big hole, it's going to be a constant threat, beacon or not. But to go on in our situation without torches, without any more food, we kind of just jumped down here with nothing except what we happen to be holding on to, that we're going to get ourselves into trouble. I'm tired of dying. And she laughs. I'm tired of dying.
I'm of the same mind. So let's see if we can make our way up. And we can go from there.
I mean, let's take it from what Grim would say. I think we should rest. Although he jumped down the damn hole to begin with.
But he did. With us in tow.
He was our voice of reason.
Was.
Right now was. guys and jumping off of cliffs, man. You need a therapist? You need to talk to
All right, so are you trying to take a short rest first? We're trying to get up.
I would
That's up to
probably,
you.
I would say probably yes, because if I take a hit even on the way up, I'm down again. I have nothing to defend except for my rune ward, and if it's anything over 8 points, I'm automatically going to take a point.
I'd be down.
I said we can kind of do maybe some sort of team. I can assist his roll for flight and getting his way up by, having my chaos ready to be unleashed and zapping things on the way. But we just fly as quickly as we can up, and I'll kind of guard. I'll be gunner on this airplane. But I don't know. What do you want to do, Garen? Take a quick rest, take a quick breather, eat some rations.
Well, I feel like if we take a rest, there's always some thing that could happen, but at the same time, getting you some hit points back might make us in a better case of going up than if we were to try it now. So
6 of one, half dozen of another.
Yeah.
Do we take the hit down here, or do we take it while we're flying? It's probably better if we take the hit down here, because at least we're not falling.
I agree. Yeah, I think a little short rest would probably be in order.
Okay. Sure. We're short resting.
Okay. Very nice. So I think during this, Grim is able to find, and they're not really conscious, but there's 2 unconscious survivors to this.
Okay.
That they are able to find, I think, as they are getting ready to themselves climb up with all of you with these on their back. And what would you all like to do?
Go ahead, Garen.
Garen will kind of work on going to just tend to his own wounds, and make sure that the things that when you have got bit, that's kind of closed up properly. And I also, Ellie, you're pretty banged up, right?
Yeah, and the only thing I would have to fix my armor and my HP, and that would with the tier helping out, that can almost bring me back to full.
Okay. So if you can bring
depending on what I roll, but I mean I'm guaranteed at least 3 hit points back and 3 armor slots. So armor slots that would give me full armor, but that means neither of us are doing a watch.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna tend to your wounds as well if you needed to. So, if you want me, Garen can kind of clean both of us up our wounds if you wanted to tend your armor and then also have a watch while I was doing that.
Okay.
So Garen is going to go into medic mode and tend to my wounds and also tend to an ally.
Okay. So I am going to repair armor, and then I'll do watch.
And you get 3.
And he can work on my HP.
And you can clear 5 hit points.
3, 4, 5. That's all of them. Sweet. I'm back to full health.
Yeah.
And then my armor is full too. But I still want to go get supplies.
Yeah, you still want to get up to everything.
And ask questions about what's going on down here, because somebody's got to know. Even if it's just the first couple of levels, they may not know what's all the way down in the deep basement part, but somebody's got to know something. And we got to make sure that beacon doesn't fall. It's just got webbing. We don't know how long the webbing's going to last. No beacon, then we're really screwed.
Valid. So Garen was able to clear his own wounds and Ellie's wounds. Ellie, you cleared your armor,
Yes.
and you also did a watch while this was happening,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right.
You ready for me to roll?
Indeed.
All right. I got a 9.
All right, you taking it?
Do we like our 9, Karen?
This is out of how many? What's the math?
It's a 1d12.
Oh yeah,
Whoever's
we'll take the 9. We gotta go with the odds.
all right. I think I like the 9 too.
Okay. As you tend your wounds, then taking your time, or as we see blood on the walls and the slaughter here, there's more. It's intensifying here, it seems, of noises and creatures. You swear the darkness edges in closer, and vibrations through the wall, strange, more like skittering, possibly from more of these bat-like creatures, but also strange slithering. Sounds of things burrowing through the walls. And strange murmurs and whispers. Things being awoken. Next hour was as if the sudden opening, intrusion, fight, the blood, the death has begun to awaken things to this place. And things in this place, long dormant, begin to move. I don't see anything. But this temple, these caverns have awoken. What would you like to do?
This place is creeping me out, Garen. Can we go?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move. Let's move. I don't
It's
like
creeping me the F out, man.
I don't like creepy crawly stuff. No. I'm more used to dealing with things out in the open. I've spent a lot more time indoors since I met you guys.
And that's our fault.
I mean,
Yeah, between the roll and the short rest, that's 7 fear for the GM.
so yeah. So did Grim find people that we were taking back up, or am
Yeah.
I going to start
Two-
flying with Ellie?
I guess we'll kind of create like a sling or something so you can kind of put them on Grim's back with rope and stuff we have, so they're not just flopping around. Cinch them up and put them on. Let Grim carry them up.
Absolutely.
I mean, is the top of this hole within far range?
No.
Okay. Like, I can just teleport up there a bit. All right, I'll wait.
No. Far range is only like 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
So this
That's
is
it?
very
I thought it was
very
over
out
there.
of range.
All right.
Like very far, I think it's 120, 200, and then like when you're coming down, this is
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just
it's
thought of
supposed to
that.
be like 30. So, all right. In that case, essentially going forward to a level of countdowns here. So,
Hmm.
we'll do this as you kind of look up, grab Allie, and you all decide it is the way this seems to have opened up. There is decidedly, it just has it has this look of danger. It seems coming down like the stones that had cracked were like somewhat smoother, and the sharp bits going up are the ones that are more exposed, as well as it's harder to really get directionality as you're rising. So this must be carefully navigated, and it appears, looking up here, that you can already see where when you came down, all this was fresh. In the last hour, you already see tunnels, various places that look like have been carved. Bits of stone have fallen to the floor, as though some deep subterranean predators have begun to recognize this as a potential hunting ground.
Cool.
Must go faster.
It's
All right, so you can all begin to describe what it looks like to get up here. We start to take our action rolls.
Yeah, so Garen is just he's got his wings going as fast as he can. He has put his shield away, and he's got both hands kind of on Ellie. I got hands holding her so that she doesn't slip, because it's a long way down, but just keeping eye up and constantly looking ahead to find our path and to make sure nothing's in the way.
Nice. Give me instinct.
If we're gonna keep doing this, we might as well just make me a harness. Can I support his rolls anyway?
15.
I think you would make your own rolls.
It's a
Okay, fair enough.
17.
With what?
Fear.
Fear. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Flying up, you push forward, you winds echoing, of course, wings, the sound of many things that these might go for prey. And you hear in the walls things are getting closer, burrowing faster towards this, all up and down the cavern, as rocks are starting to fall, debris being pushed out, sharp stones coming down the chasm. We'll go ahead and do agility reactions from the two of you.
18 for Garen.
13.
Okay, so with that, Garen, that is going to be 6 physical damage, and that is 13 physical as they land directly on Eliana, as you're just not quite used to your own.
Not used to carrying people, Ellie. Sorry.
It's fine.
Right.
Good thing we rested.
Yes,
13,
indeed.
so that's 2 hit points unless I use an armor slot. Oh, wait, I got me rude. Maybe below 8 or below 9. 13. Nope. All right, I take an armor. Just fixed it, and a hit point.
All right. So the countdown.
And then at that point, I will say, Ellie, you're gonna have to hold on because I'm thinking we're gonna need a shield. And I reach back around and grab my shield.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, that brings our countdowns to 11 and 9. So 11 to safely ascend. At 9, there's a consequence.
All right, Ellie.
All I can do is just, if something comes out, is shoot things. Or whenever we get into far range, I could blink us the rest of the way because I'm fully hoped. So I'm just kind of reaching out with magic, and then and if I see something creaturey or I guess more falling things, if I can just kind of blast it and push it out of the way, I'll keep doing that.
Okay, I like that. You're kind of looking at where as like this debris is falling down, now you're trying to be active and you're blasting larger pieces.
Yeah, just using the Unleash Chaos to just kind of, blow up the bigger pieces, I guess, so they're not so harmful.
Yeah, we do an attack roll then.
Oh, thank goodness. So that's a 21, 24 with hope.
Very nice. So rising quickly. This brings us to 9 and 8 as your blasting pieces, echoes forming, moving down over and over as you are pushing yourselves out. You seem to be successfully getting these pieces, allowing Garen to go faster. He doesn't have to be careful anymore.
Playing asteroids.
Pew, pew, pew.
Indeed. And I like that. With that, as you're moving, you see, as you're going past one particular tunnel, there is like this slight hiss and growl as what seems like a venomous, like a spike almost. Looks like it's propelled out of the tunnel directly towards Garen. Here, go ahead and give me agility reaction.
Come on. 14 with hope. Sorry, nope. 14 with fear. Got the dice wrong.
All right. So it's reaction, so it doesn't do fear or
okay.
But
14.
All right, 14. You successfully. You describe how you avoid this.
Oh, it's just wings in, barrel roll. As soon as I'm watching Ellie fire at things, and out of the corner of my eye, as we're approaching one of these newer tunnels, I see this thing as we get close to it start to shoot out. So that's I just use my wings to kind of encompass both of us, so enclose us, and then just kind of roll to our sides, and then so we go up, and then we dip a little bit, and then wings come out again and just start going, and then we kind of accelerate. Hold it in, Ellie. Hold it in. Yeah. So we kind of go up and down, and then straight up again. Oh, I love when the music changes.
All right, all right. So moving past this spike. All right, I'll give the spotlight to you all.
How How close are we from the top?
9.
9. That's a no. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna keep shooting and being a gunman. Like, that's about all I really can do at this point. So, yeah. Here we go. Oh no!
So with the countdowns, I would say as we repeat things, the difficulty does begin to rise.
I don't know what else I can do. Is there creatures I can shoot? I guess it'd be something different.
You get. I would say if you want to try to, yeah, I think trying to maybe aim down the tunnels as you begin to pass them, maybe.
Okay.
Again, it's all imagination, so you can really. We were making this together. So you want to add some things.
I don't know. I'm pretty much useless flying. I can shoot things and I can look for things. That's pretty much all I can do. That's all I got. Shooting
maybe if you
you
now instead of shooting, if you could guide, like if you see an outcropping that maybe Garen didn't notice, so just as something different to keep the difficulty. So you're helping that guide instead of.
And we're hearing more of these creatures. I'm just kind of reaching out if they're magical, and if something's shooting out, I'm gonna I guess keep an eye out for. Oh, yeah. Hey, dodge that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you figure these things are like Umbral. Must have been corrupted, so you're using your senses to kind of go, they're closer, they're this, they're that.
Yeah.
That one particular has
go left. All right.
Go give me instinct.
For fuck's sake. No, I'm oblivious. That was a 10. With hope.
Okay.
Just not feeling it right now because he did a loop to do and a dive, and my stomach's right now. It's just kind of. I'm so tired of falling and flying. Damn it, I want a flying spell.
All right. In that case, as you're at this point trying to sense these, there's the wind here is thick. It's the air exchange seems to have between the relatively warm air up front and this kind of dry air up top and this very wet and cold, nearly freezing air here has just made like a section of instability harder to get the wings as you're transitioning, and this exchange of energies I think also have kind of overwhelmed Eliana's senses a little bit. You're just trying to both keep your equilibrium here. We'll go ahead and give strength reactions, please.
Strength, of course. It's got to be strength. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall to my death. Hey, critted.
Nice. 19.
Air threes.
Oh, very nice. All right, then I would say, how do you feel like you acclimate each to kind of get past and keep moving forward?
Well, Garen has, a couple of years experience now with these wings. So it doesn't seem to, temperature change, wind change. He's seen it all. So he just kind of adjusts almost without even thinking to this turbulence. And, the only thing that's kind of throwing him a little bit is that he's not used to, when he's carried people in the past, it's been just as rescues, not as almost getaways. So he's still kind of dealing a little bit with Ellie throwing him off, but he's quickly adapting and able to adjust.
Ellie's yelling again. and she clutches for dear life around Garen's waist. This is not fun.
Ellie's got her heels kind of dug into Garen's back. And I'm like, all right, Ellie, just easy.
You got it. and you'll have the spotlight.
I'll let you go again, Garen.
Are there things that we can see? Like, are there creatures coming out of these rocks? I would like to kind of. I almost want to take and fire off a bolt down one of these holes as we go past, just to kind of light it up, one of these bolt beacons, and so we can kind of see what's down there.
Yeah, give me a spellcast roll.
All right. 18 with fear.
Okay. You see it echo down. And we'll update the countdown. As it explodes finally down there, and this roar as I think you see going up and down, there's like these like very like dim glows that occur as this bolt impacts.
Okay.
So you look down, you kind of realize that as these are being dug, they're being interconnected as well.
Got you.
All throughout, and you see shadows of what looks like a worm-like creature and other almost like panther-like things moving through the stone all around here. Hordes, as well as for a moment, like things that seem to run from the light, like shadow-like creatures, like they're made of darkness themselves.
All right, Ellie, what are those things?
You got me. I don't know. Can I do a knowledge roll and see if it equates to anything that might know?
Yeah, I can try to do that. I will say from that, I'm gonna, because of the fear too, we're gonna have Garen mark a stress.
Okay.
Go ahead, Eliana.
All right. I'm gonna. Can I throw my experience on there too? Being in touch with the Umbra.
Sure.
All right. We're getting the plus roll. Sweet. That's a 21 plus 3, 24. And that's unfortunately that's a fear, but that's okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the 2 stress and make it up. Keep the hope alive.
Nice. All right, so
If anything, just I want
22 with hope.
At 20, 24 with hope. And then what I want to do is actually let's change this into I'm trying to observe and remember everything we see, so we have like the knowledge base of knowing what we're going to go into coming back down. Like, okay, we got a panthery thing, we got a worm thing. They did this, they did that, so that way I have a little bit of knowledge ahead of time when we come back down. Does that work?
I mean, yeah, I think you're trying to see, but you do realize like all these creatures are able to move through and interchange their positions based on the tunnels, because they all seem to be interconnected.
Right, that's fine, but I can go, oh yeah, this is one of those tiger thingies, or one, this is bat, or this is.
And maybe we can even talk to somebody up above and see if there's any familiarity.
Yeah, I think looking, you do see more of these bat-like spiders, these silk wings, starting to get like these worms, and you do see now just wisps of it's like the shadows that move, like it's almost like the shadows dart not really through the air but through some of these creatures' eyes, as though they seem to be influencing and almost orchestrating this as you all are rising up. And then we'll pass the spotlight, or you start the spotlight, I should say.
All right. Garen, I think now that we've seen this, and we've seen that things are lots of things down here through these tunnels. I think Garen is now going to try to put the pedal to the metal and just try to really push the speed so that we can get out of here.
I like it. Let's do agility.
I was hoping you would say strength, but okay, I'll go agility.
Yeah, agility, speed. Especially because it does take a lot of dodging in order to fully get up here.
12 with fear.
Okay. In that case, let's do that. As yeah, there seems to be a change, and you begin seeing kind of below and around. There's what appears to be this yellow gas that is starting, these vapors that are starting to be pushed out from these various tunnels. And I would say both to give me a strength reaction.
That's a 16 for Garen.
Yay! You got an 18.
All right. You withhold your breaths as you're able to keep this from affecting you right for now.
Still ours.
Yep, goes to you.
So I want to use the Unleash Chaos and kind of create a blast of wind to blow the gas away from us. Like clear out the tunnel and just kind of shoot the air forward so it kind of hurts that gas.
Maybe give us a little boost.
Can't do that.
Sounds good. Yeah, doing spellcasting.
Come on, let's do a crit. Crit.
Here we go. Oh, son of a! Why?
Another
Why? Why? Not. That is definitely not a crit. So that is +3. Carry the one. It's 14. With hope, but 14.
All right, 14 with hope.
Yes.
All right, that does succeed.
Woo!
Yay! Oh, shoo! I was thinking I needed like a 15 or something.
All right, so with that, yeah, the winds blow, kind of harnessing the air difference, putting it right. The vapors now getting pushed down, replaced with fresh air, enough so that you're able to go without further without fear of them affecting you. And you'll still have it.
All right, let's see. Garen is just, he's gonna, he tried to push up with the, with his, go faster. Now he's just gonna start focusing on what's ahead to see if there's any way that he can gain an advantage in getting around these obstacles. So he's just kind of analyzing the situation ahead of him and seeing if there's any kind of, way to kind of gain a little bit more of a quicker line, I guess, up through and out. So maybe if speed can't get us out faster, smarts can.
Very good. Go ahead and give me instinct.
Right. Not there. Come on. Alright, that's gonna be 17 with fear.
All right, 17 with fear. Mark that as you yeah, I think as you're looking, you're able to see where these are pushing, and you see in particular a quick route that almost like definitely puts you up faster, where there doesn't seem to be as much as the sharp rock. As you move up it, you realize a little too late that it's around a bit too smooth, and it looks like something had laid this to lure you in.
Oh.
As bursting from the side of you, you see mostly a mouth that's about twice your size open, as this worm of a thing just burst, going from one side, ready to burrow into the other. And I'll have both of you do agility reactions.
It's like the Millennium Falcon coming out of that asteroid.
Son of a bitch. Another
16.
Pair of sevens.
A crit there. And what did you get?
16.
16.
16.
How do you get out of the way of this? But you will mark your stress.
Oh. Yeah,
I'm
so
clinging for dear life.
yeah, so unlike the last time where we covered up, Garen just gives like the biggest hoof and just wings to the side and just try to shoot off like a rocket, and it's not up and down but just twirling. So yeah, one giant push with his wings, and as they go flat, we just start spinning up.
And
Like a
and
bubble.
Ellie's kind of doing the same thing with the air. So as she spirals, she's actually kind of pushed with some of that air and that energy against the worm, kind of help pushing us up forward and keeping it away from us,
Nice.
utilizing that crit. So it's just like, fuck, no way. Let's go faster.
Try it. Our eyes are like bugged out because of the speed that we're going now.
I love it. Ooh, all right, then with that, you all have it. It's a crit or consequence.
Oof.
How close are we?
I would say, I mean, I think with this things, I think your issue is going to be kind of line of sight trying to use your teleport. So that would be the roll you would make, would be like a spellcast roll.
Yeah, I have to do that anyway. I have to get a 12, but are we?
Which would be, I
within
guess, the
range?
difficulty of the thing. So we would up it from 12 to 14.
Okay, but we're close enough.
Mhm.
Okay, here we go.
Come on.
I am going to use the stress. Add 2 to my roll. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, to be clear, without the to not make the consequence, it will
It's
be
gotta be
a crit. So
Oh,
it's
it's
going
got
to
to
be
be
a
a
crit.
crit,
hmm
even if I blink,
What?
even if we teleport.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen, even if we get to the top.
Well, no matter what. I mean, no matter what I do, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Still going to teleport.
Yeah. Unless
All right.
I mean, I don't know if anyone has 3 hope. If you wanted to try a tag team,
I am completely out of
Free
hope.
hope.
because that at least gives you 2 shots on one roll to get a crit. I just like things you could potentially do is what I'm. You don't have to do anything. But
I got 3 hope. I'll spend it. Aaron, you could just hope and pray, being the cleric of the group.
Yeah, Garen is saying his little quotes that he always says order is the light that survives the storm. And that's kind of his mantra that he's got. So, just repeating it over and over again, and giving you a good old tighter squeeze.
And then I want to use my experience, look to the light, positive outlook in dire situations. This would be a dire situation. So, if I don't get a crit, it's going to be a super high roll. Here we go. Oh my god. You shit me? I got 2 1s.
Oh!
Let me change my camera. I don't believe I fucking did that. We'll be able to see. Oh, I gotta take this thing. Well, let me go to that camera.
There you go.
It's. I don't know if you can see that, but
Yeah, we saw them as they come through. Yep.
Yeah, I see it. I see those 2 1s.
I was like, son of a bitch, no way. Oh my god.
There we go. As you rocket, you see the worm thing kind of chasing shadows, roiling. I'd say each of you, what do you do to kind of, you think, like, quell what's maybe rising up as you burst up?
Yeah.
Well, we teleported, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta spend my hopes.
Yeah, just as Garen, or just as Ellie, just as soon as right before we poof, I'll just send off another beacon down there. Even not even trying to hit, but just to light it up to kind of distract and make them maybe pull back. Yeah.
Yeah, pulling back, and I think as you do that, they almost push too far, and the light of the beacon and plus your beam of light, the beam of light maybe is intensified by the beacon and begins to sear them as they move back, and you appear out, and with Grim pushing out with survivors, seeing you up and seeing that there's people being brought back. There is a cheer. You can see there's been some work done to try to stabilize this. The guards cheering for the heroes as you, I think, collapse down.
Oh my god. Yeah, it took. I used 5 hope for that. By the way, worth every bit. Worth
Absolutely.
every bit.
Push down and seem to be in relative safety. You can see guard formations coming down, have come down, begin to form a type of perimeter. All these preparations are looking, even ballista aren't here yet, but are being wheeled, trying to like divert it from some of the front lines to try to get some type of defense over this new point of incursion. And Mood is happy that some type of victory or mitigation was to be had as you all zoom out, but knowing already a very stressed under siege population, having a seemingly new enemy face. What do you all like to do?
Well,
Right.
Garen's going to hit we come up and drop a couple feet and release Ellie, and as Grim comes up, we'll kind of take the people and put them back behind these defenses that are now being laid out, and just kind of Garen has his hands, his big webbed hands, kind of bent over a little bit, just trying to breathe, trying to catch his breath as we came out of this. And looking around to see if I can find again that priestess that we were talking to before we were ceremoniously taken down the hole, or unceremoniously taken down the hole. So yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can clock her and all this stuff that's kind of going on, so we can maybe try to get some information. Ask Ellie, are you okay? Is everything good? Quite the ride.
Yeah, she's on her hands and knees. just kind of looking, shaking her head. And uh, and she looks up, and you said that there's an incursion currently going on. There's combat currently going on.
Oh, I don't know.
No, okay.
I was saying that you, as you came in, you came through like what looks like is a nightly battle,
Yeah,
and so that you get the idea that every night they're under siege,
right.
Okay.
and now just they're realizing they have a new thing to have to take care of when
Oh,
night
was it
falls.
the hole in the center of the village?
That's all. It's just that
Um,
now we've got, instead of just from the direction of the crypts, now we also have this.
right. Okay. She just kind of holds up her right hand, puts up a finger, like 1 second.
Yeah.
Takes a deep breath. Lets out all sorts of colorful metaphors. All right. Gets up, dusts off her knees, her dress, looks at some of the holes in her outfit, the armor. Who's in charge here? Who knows about this? We need to talk. Can we powwow?
Did you come out the woman who had helped you before? Looks down here as she breathes and says, first let's see to your wounds. And you can see, though much of this is sure, she goes, we've been able to set up an area here. And she goes, I can tell you some things, I think. I'm kind of looking around, not wanting to be too loud with it. She too what seems to be like a rest tent a bit away from the commotion.
I think the time for discretion has passed. I think you need to come out and tell us what's going on, because you got a whole new, and I'm sure you're aware of this, you have a whole new problem. Literally whole, pun intended. Whole new problem underneath you. What's going on there, and how far, what do you know? We need to know everything.
So Sylvan Woman looks and gets you all situated and takes her seat. I wish I had more to tell than I really do. But first off, didn't get a chance to truly introduce myself last time. I'm Faliel of the city. I've mostly been around trying to scan for corruption, making sure everyone stays and oversee the beacon itself. Kind of she looks towards the sacred pyre. Below, it's more of legends, stories that have been passed down from a keeper of the pyre to the next. I inherited this from another, and it goes back before the Umbra itself. That's my understanding. She kind of looks at the three of you and says, all right, from what I was told, this world was protected long ago by the veiled gods. And something happened more than the gods just being displeased. Something occurred which caused a crack to form between here and somewhere else. Place of darkness. But before all of that, it was the veiled gods that sealed it away. Set champions to keep the places of darkness closed. Like holes between the dark worlds and our world. Throughout time, at least the city was built as a way to manage and keep that. As part of the reign, an artifact was formed to replace the sacrifices, the constant upkeep of these blockages. 7 blockages of the world. And once created, it was able to have them sealed without ever needing to be upkept, and thus, over the course of millennia, centuries, they were mostly forgotten. The shrines and areas built to cover them were able to push their resources other places and grew into grand cities. Which I hear many eventually became places where pyres were erected as the Umbra came to our world. I simply knew this was a site. And if that opened the consumption, it means that it pulled and is active once more. That's what I believe would have caused the shift.
So what you're saying is or what you believe is that all of the towns that have a pyre have one of these opening, or potentially has these openings to the dark place?
I don't know about all. I know some.
In all of this is Garen just looking around and all the hubbub that's going on to put the fences up, and Ellie's talking to her. Is there a place quietly that I could slip to that I wouldn't kind of be noticed?
Yeah, I think definitely.
All right, so Garen, I want to do that. I want to kind of slip off into the shadows, and I want to take the crown out of the bag and investigate it, especially the jewels. And I want to see if any of the jewels have been damaged in any way.
Okay. I think taking your moment here now to you yourself look carefully at it. You can see from the row of 7, with one that's a little bigger in the center. So there's one and 3 on either side. The one all the way to the left, you see where the rest are just jewels, and it was once just looked beautiful. Now has this kind of soft, baleful darkness around, as though the edges just around the bits are eating away at light. And inside you see what looks like roiling black within violet. This one jewel.
Okay, I put it back into the bag, and I'll walk back over to where Ellie and maybe Grim is standing and talking to the Blood Priestess.
So, when you talk about this artifact, what is this artifact?
I don't know.
What do you think it is?
I really have no idea. It was just, again, you're talking about tales that were passed on by something that no longer mattered. Was not a duty we had anymore. Do you understand?
But you have these. So are all the records verbal? Was anything written?
When this was formed, this was before the calamity, before everything. And almost all of our writings from before that time were destroyed.
Garen's I'm gonna clear my throat and say, Ellie, maybe we go back to the room and regroup, and then see how we can best help this town. And I look at you like this is the most pressing thing.
All right, one sec. Yep, I agree. One more.
Yeah, she said, I mean, if there would be anywhere that would still, I imagine, have records of this, would be the Celsian Athenium, or somewhere records that survived could be in the Amber Reach. I don't know.
Do you know anything about what's below this? Anything about the levels? Anything else? Do you have a map or anything about what's below?
She,
anything at all will be helpful.
Yeah, she kind of looks and she tries to determine what's going on. I do not. I try to think of what we did. That's what we do have. It's just sort of.
But you knew it was there.
Sure. We're told that there once was a sacred site in many places. She kind of thinks, supposedly there was a way down. There might be.
Can I?
She kind of thinks, and she
goes. Well, see if she's lying.
I would say, I think. Look, she seems like she is being honest. Like this is. Again, you get an idea. Like this, like she's maybe the 10th, 11th person that this was told, and after it wasn't really important for anyone to know.
And I get that, but what's going through her head is going for them to be very specific about some of this information and to be completely oblivious about anything else when it's right below their feet seems kind of fishy. But I won't push. It's okay.
Well, what she'll say is this: she'll go, "There was a sealed. There's a sealed statue in the temple. Supposedly there was a way to open. It's a way that went down, but I was told that it's been sealed and the passage filled. That's all I know. It was the way that used to go down, and that it was never to be excavated.
So that was how you got down to the lower levels, like an entryway?
The people before me, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But it was said that even sealed, one to go down there, shadows would whisper. and it was best not to. And with once the Umbra broke through the cracks that they allowed through it, we generally thought that vague chance was probably a certainty. So there was never a move to unseal it.
Yeah, probably good. Thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it.
Of course.
You
If
can
you
tell
have
me
any ideas, we'd be more than willing. And she said, "I'd only know there was talk about sacrifice. It was a solemn duty to keep it sealed. And I fully don't know if down there has been cracked, if it's opening, if it's fully open,
it's
what the
probably open.
consequence is." According to the tales, the Umber is only a small bit that was let through in one piece, though it does spread and multiply, but it's cut off from its source. Below was meant to be the source of the plane itself. I don't know how much our defenses could hold from something like that below. It looks a little solemn.
Oh. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. I have to go through my notes. Thank you for all your information, and I got to write everything down. So we'll get back to you for sure. If anything else comes to mind, feel free to come find us.
She nods. And I think with that, we're going to end for this afternoon.
Right